Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and I am back with another Reviews After Midnight. And this would be the first Reviews After Midnight for 2024. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate that. And what we're going to be looking at tonight is a film that is by a director named James Glickenhaus. I am a huge fan of his, and would love to interview him one day. Um, Two of my favorite films are by him, and one is The Exterminator, which has stars Robert Ginty, and The Soldier, which is Ken Wall. And both of those are just awesome. James Glickenhaus was a director mostly in the 80s, very grindhouse. And we're going to be taking a look at one of his films uh, tonight. And so we're going to be going off my sheet here that I normally use. So, like that. And the first thing on it is the film title. And could you also include a star rating here? So, just going off the thumbnail, you already know what it is, but it is Shakedown. This is a film that James Glickenhaus wrote and directed. This is the widescreen version of it. The film stars Peter Weller and Sam Elliott. It was made in 1988. The Blu-ray came out in 2004. If you have a chance, check out the trailer. It's a great trailer using Jimi Hendrix Purple. Is it is it Purple Haze? Yeah, Purple Haze, I believe. Yeah, I think it's Purple Haze is in the trailer, and it's really good. Um, so I really like this movie a lot. I wish that it would come out with a Blu-ray edition, bunch of special features. I would like that, maybe some audio commentary, but so far nothing. So far it's just the DVD. This is a little insert that they give you. And from what I remember, there's no special features on this, unfortunately. It's just the movie. It's Universal. It's rated R. Like I said, widescreen. It's an hour and 37 minutes. I think this is one of the most like authentic cop films. I put it right up there with Burt Reynolds' Sharky's Machine, which is a film that he directed. It's based off the book. I love Sharky's Machine, and so I would probably put this, you know, like right in that same area. So let's we're gonna take. Oh, and we got the title, but we have not had the star rating. So 1 out of 5. I would actually give this maybe like a 4.5. And like I said, I just the dialogue, the directing, the acting, just the way that people communicate with each other, I think just really makes this feel authentic. So I'm going to read off the back here because it's not too long. Tell you what it's about. So Peter Weller and Sam Elliott blast their way through the underbelly of New York as they team up to get to the bottom of a police corruption scandal in this action thriller. So there you go. It says here when a local drug dealer shoots a yeah, we're okay. Yeah, I'm not going to read a lot of this. I don't know why they did this. This is kind of the twist of the movie. Um, I'll read okay, the bottom says this pulse-pounding adventure features some of the most incredible stunt work and action sequences ever shot. I would say that there's definitely some great stunt work and some great action sequences. There's a really good scene that takes place on a roller coaster at a theme park. Um, but there is at the very end, Sam Elliott is hanging off of a like an airplane wheel, and as it's trying to take off, and yeah, it looks bad. It does not look good. It looks very green screen. So I would say that was the worst part, and I forgot about that until I saw it again, which was only about a week or so ago. Uh, but yeah, I am not going to. Yeah, I can't. I don't know why they would do that. So let's continue with this. Okay. It says, what you expected from the film, or what did I expect from the film? Well, I didn't expect anything from this because I've already seen it a couple of times, and I just knew that it would be an awesome movie. When I had originally seen the film, um, I did see The Exterminator, and that was it's just a great film because a lot of it is because it has Robert Ginty in it. But it's except for maybe Death Wish 2. The Exterminator would probably be my second favorite vigilante movie. Um, and I know I saw that on probably like Showtime or HBO, Cinemax, one of those at the time. The Soldier I did see in the theater. That I think I went down to San Francisco into kind of one of the more sleazy areas and sleazy theaters to watch that with some friends. And if you could watch the trailer for that, I know all these trailers were on YouTube. I mean, the trailer for the Soldier is just awesome. It also has Klaus Kinski in it too. Um, and at some point, once I collect all of the James, Glickenhaus filmography, when I actually have physical copies of what I can find, I'll probably do a separate video on my own YouTube channel. Just going through his movies. So, but it's and then Shakedown came out, so my friends and I already knew who he was, and I think that played locally, and so we were able to see it. So I was expecting something pretty awesome. I got something pretty awesome when I had originally seen it, except for that last scene of Sam Elliott on the airplane wheel. That just looked bad. So yeah, sorry, but ugh. Um, the genre. What type of film is it? Does it have a message? It's an action movie. It's a thriller. It's a like a crime corruption uh, uh type of film. And so if you enjoy movies where the cops are dirty and you got the people that are trying to take them down, then you would probably enjoy this. Excuse me. Does it have a message? Crime doesn't pay. Crime doesn't pay. Plot. What happens in the film? Does the plot make sense? Is it easy enough to follow? Is it believable? I'm not really going to give away the plot. Sam Elliott is the way that they describe it on here is a renegade undercover cop, and Peter Weller is a defense lawyer. Um, and but the Sam Elliott detective is a little more burnt out, you know, kind of time for retirement, has seen too much, done too much. Peter Weller's lawyer is a little more, I don't know, I don't know if hippie type thing, but he's very hip. So maybe not hippie, he's more hip as his lawyer. He's kind of a little more groovy. The lingo and stuff that he says is a little more jazzy, maybe. Um, and they Sam Elliott teams up. He doesn't really want to team up with Peter Weller. And to figure out what went on with this drug deal that went wrong. And like I said, there is police corruption in this one precinct, and they get deeper and deeper. And of course, the cops don't want them to figure out really what went wrong. and because then they find more and more of what's going on within the precinct. Um, so it's yeah, that's kind of so the plot does make sense. It's easy to follow. The so does the plot make sense? Yes. Is it easy enough to follow? Yes. Is it believable? Yeah, I would say it's definitely believable. Sure. Yeah. I could believe these people exist. I could believe this type of situation has and will continue to happen. So yeah. The characters. Who are the main characters and what are they like? Actually, I just described them. So it's I'll give you their actual character names. Let's see. So Peter Weller is Roland Dalton, and Sam Elliott is Richie Marks. And uh, I pretty much just went over that. So that's Sam Elliott just really doesn't want to be part of this. He's just kind of done with everything. And Weller's just one of those lawyers that he just has to see it to the end, and especially when he smells something that's not right. So you know, who are the actors playing these parts? I've read through this thing a million times. I really should know the order of these things and not talk about stuff before it happens on the paper here. So who are the actors playing these parts, and are they good in the parts? Well, it's Sam Elliott and Peter Weller, and yes, they're very good and believable in these parts. Uh, what is the camera work like? The camera work is very good. It's gritty. It's 80s. It's got a good soundtrack. The songs in it are good. The score is good. So it's I really like what James Glickenhaus does with the camera. If there are special effects, what are they like? Because there's nothing on here in special features, I'm not really sure if the roller coaster scene, which is featured in the trailer, um, how real is that? Like, did they just have stuntmen go up onto this roller coaster? Did they use a green screen? If they did use a green screen, it was very good. Uh, but like I said, the Sam Elliott on an airplane wheel with the green screen looked very bad. So, yeah. So, like to know more about this movie. I really would. Are there beautiful scenes? I would not say beautiful scenes. I would say gritty scenes. I would say that the cinematography makes New York look very gritty. Are there moments when the camera is used in interesting ways? Yeah, yeah. I mean, it tracks the characters well. There's room to breathe. This is during a time period of uh I mean, you could say MTV editing, but it isn't, maybe because it's made more by adults. So the film breathes and gives you time to kind of absorb what is going on. Did you enjoy the film? Very much. And I enjoyed it for its acting, its story, the editing, the music, all of the above. All of the above. I really enjoyed this film. I can't just for that one green screen shot, I can't really put down the film that much. Let's see, what were its good and bad points? Like I said, I probably should save a lot of this stuff for when I read it on the paper. Um, I've kind of went over that. Good points are the story, the acting, the plot was interesting, it was believable. Bad points is the green screen shot. What scene did you particularly enjoy or remember? Why was it good? Um, well, the roller coaster scene is really good. That stands out because they really feature it in the trailer, so they knew that they had something. Um, I really like Peter Weller's his character's investigation. Um, I said I like the way that he talks to people with kind of this lingo that he does. Um, so yeah, there wasn't in bad points. I can't really. I don't think that there really are any, that haven't already been mentioned. What scene did you particularly enjoy oh, I just read that. I'm sorry. Uh, what scene did you particularly not enjoy? Why was it bad? Just the green screen shot. That's all. The movie, it went very fast. Yeah, for an hour and 37 minutes, which is nice considering movies these days are like 3 hours long, 4 hours long. 1 hour and 37 minutes is very refreshing, and it went by quite quickly. Um, so there was nothing really to not enjoy, I guess. Would you recommend this film, and to what sort of people, and why? God, man, I really need to read this stuff before. uh I would recommend it. I would recommend it to pretty much everybody. If you just enjoy cop films, action films, thrillers, films about shady police, stuff like Internal Affairs and um, what was another good one? Internal Affairs. Well, of course, then you have like Magnum Force, things like that. Movies like that, I think are good, and you could probably watch along, with this. Uh, and then are there any other films you can compare this to? And I just did. Magnum Force and um what did I say? Magnum Force and Bad Influence, Unlawful Entry. That's with Kurt Russell. Bad Influence has Rob Lowe and James Spader. Of course, Magnum Force is Dirty Harry, so Clint Eastwood. So yeah, so I just think that this film is very underappreciated and pretty unknown. I did bring up here on Wikipedia because I like to do this. So um, the film is also known as Blue Jean Cop, which I don't like as much. I just think Shakedown is perfect. The plot concerns an idealistic lawyer who teams up with a veteran cop to find the truth in a possible police corruption scandal. Um, and yeah, that's right. So Peter Weller is like a public defender who absolutely loves his job, and he has the opportunity to marry a woman and pretty much leave being a public defender, and he does not like that. He's kind of doing it to do it. Probably at one time he thought it was a good idea, and now he doesn't. And he's seeing an ex-girlfriend who kind of ends up in the movie, and he wants to be with her, but he knows that he really can't. So it's a uh so the beginning of this here is for the plot. Roland Dalton is a burnt out, mild mannered Manhattan public defender, and his last case before leaving legal aid is crack dealer Michael Jones, accused of shooting to death a police officer, Patrick O'Leary, in Central Park. According to Jones, the shooting was in self defense, and Officer O'Leary was a blue jean cop, an optimistic police officer who robs drug dealers. Oh, opportunist. Sorry. Opportunist, an opportunist police officer who robs drug dealers. Um, the film, its budget was 6 million and its box office is 10.1 million. So it made back its money, but not enough to make it a hit. John C. McGinley is in this, which is nice. And I don't think Blanche Baker is known. You would know her if you saw her. Um, Looking at other people here, I don't. Oh, Antonio Juan Fargas, you would also know if you saw him. A lot of character actors in this. The If Rotten Tomatoes means anything to you, it got a 70%. That's 10 critics' reviews were positive, with an average rating of 6.6 out of 10. Um, Not a lot to be. Yeah, other movies that were made by James Glickenhaus. Let's take a look at that. He does a lot with race cars now. He's a very big like race car type person. So he started off with a film in 75 called The Astrologer. That is one I own but have not watched yet. Um, and then he did the Exterminator in 1980. There is an Exterminator 2, but it's not nearly as good. The Soldier, 1982. He did The Protector with Jackie Chan. That was Warner Brothers. Maniac Cop. He was one of the producers, executive producers on Maniac Cop. Of course, Shakedown. Basket Case 2. He was an executive producer. Frankenhooker. He was a producer. McBain, not the Simpsons character, but the Christopher Walken character. He was the writer director of that was 91. Basket Case 3, executive producer. Slaughter of the Innocents, that is with Scott Glenn, and he was the writer director on that. That was 93. Ring of Steel, 94, executive producer. Tough and Deadly, 95, executive producer. Time Master, which looks like a kid's movie, that was 95. He was the director of that. And then he was an actor in a film called Bad Biology, which is 2008. And he was also an actor in The Art Thief, which is 2015. And these days, I think he just focuses more on uh, cars than movies. So, yeah, he owns how many cars? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Looks like he owns around like 14 different sports cars. Some of these I cannot pronounce, so I'm not going to get into them. Um, he is currently 73 years old and is still active since 75 to present. So, all right, so that's my review for Shakedown. Definitely 4 to 4.5. More to 4.5 than 4, but definitely somewhere right in there. Um, I highly recommend watching this if you can find it on streaming. It's universal. Um, and Or even buying it. Support physical media. It's slowly dying. And well, not even these days. It's not really even slowly dying. It's gathering speed. But definitely check this out. I think that you will enjoy the 1988-ness of it. And these guys are always great to watch. So, you got RoboCop here, and then you got Sam Elliott, who's been in like a billion movies, including Roadhouse, which they just did a remake of with Jake Gyllenhaal. So maybe he'll have a cameo, who knows. But yeah, please check it out. And if you have seen it, let me know down below on what you think. Um, Otherwise, that's about it. So thank you so much for watching this video, and go check out at least the trailers for Shakedown and The Soldier and The Exterminator. Definitely check those out. McBain is pretty good too, but definitely check out those three. And I will see you on the next video. All right.